Commerce means activities of buying and selling of goods or purchase and sale of goods, as well as a lot of other activities that are required to facilitate or assist the purchase and sale of goods. For example, transportation, banking, insurance, communication, advertisement, packaging, and warehousing. The activities of buying and selling of goods is termed as trade, and all other activities that assist buying and selling of goods are known as auxiliaries to trade. And therefore, commerce includes both buying and selling of goods as well as the auxiliaries to trade. As we already know, goods are produced by industry and consumed by consumers. Therefore, commerce provides the necessary link between producers and consumers, that is industry on one side and consumers on the other side. It embraces all those activities that are necessary for maintaining a free flow of goods and services. And therefore, all activities involving the removal of hindrances in the process of exchange are included in commerce. There are various constraints, hindrances, bottlenecks in the free flow of goods and services or in the exchange of goods and services. And the main function of commerce is to smoothen them and to remove all the hindrances. The hindrances may be in respect of persons, place, time, risk, finance, and information. Commerce includes activities of trade as well as auxiliaries to trade. Trade refers to buying and selling of goods. Trade can be of two types, internal trade and external trade. Internal trade refers to the trade within a country, and external trade refers to trade between the countries. That means two or more countries are involved. There are two types of internal trade, wholesale trade and retail trade. As the name suggests, wholesale refers to bulk quantities. Wholesale trade refers to buying and selling of goods in a bulk quantity. And retail trade refers to purchase and sale of goods in smaller lots, not in bulk. External trade. There are three types of external trade: import, export, and interport. Import refers to buying or purchase of goods and services from other countries. Export refers to selling of goods and services to other countries. And interport refers to import of goods from one country in order to export it to some other countries and not for self-consumption. For example, India imported laptops from China, but the objective was not to use it in India but to export it to Sri Lanka. आप कहेंगे सर श्रीलंका डायरेक्टली चाइना से नहीं ले सकता है क्या? हाँ, ले सकता है, लेकिन हो सकता है उनके बीच में ट्रेड रिलेशंस ऐसे ना हो, या फिर स्मॉलर क्वांटिटीज उनको नहीं मिलती हो, या फिर प्राइसिंग सही नहीं मिलता हो. देयर कैन बी वेरियस रीजंस फॉर दिस. नाउ लेट अस डील विद अ रियल लाइफ एग्जांपल. गल्फ कंट्रीज में फूड प्रोडक्शन रिलेटिवली स्मॉलर स्केल पे होता है, तो गल्फ कंट्रीज बहुत सारे फूड प्रोडक्ट्स इंडिया से परचेज करते हैं. सपोज यूएई ने इंडिया से फूड प्रोडक्ट्स इंपोर्ट करे. कुछ तो फॉर सेल्फ कंजम्पशन होता है, लेकिन बाकी क्वांटिटी वो आसपास के नेबर कंट्रीज को एक्सपोर्ट कर देते हैं. तो द क्वांटिटी दे इंपोर्टेड फॉर सेल्फ कंजम्पशन विल बी टर्म्ड एज इंपोर्ट्स फॉर देम, एंड जो क्वांटिटी उन्होंने इंडिया से परचेज किया नेबरिंग कंट्रीज को एक्सपोर्ट करने के पर्पज से, that will covered under interport. So we can say interport is a sort of mixture of import and export. Import for the purpose of export. Import करें लेकिन consumption के लिए नहीं, दूसरे countries को export करने के लिए. Auxiliaries to trade. Trade involves buying and selling of goods, but there are lot of other activities and services that are required to facilitate the buying and selling of goods. And all such services are known as auxiliaries to trade. So, auxiliaries to trade assist trade in exchange of goods and services, namely transportation, warehousing, insurance, banking and finance, advertising. आप कहेंगे सर ट्रांसपोर्टेशन, वेयरहाउसिंग, इंश्योरेंस ये तो सब टर्शरी इंडस्ट्री में आते हैं, टर्शरी इंडस्ट्री में सर्विसेज ही तो आते हैं. यस, अगर ये सारे सर्विसेज असिस्ट कर रहे हैं इंडस्ट्री को, दे विल बी क्लासिफाइड अंडर द टर्शरी इंडस्ट्री. एंड इफ दे आर असिस्टिंग कॉमर्स, देन दे विल बी क्लासिफाइड अंडर ऑक्सिलरीज टू ट्रेड. सर्विसेज वही हैं, अब किसको असिस्ट कर रहे हैं उसके हिसाब से ये क्लासिफाई होंगे. The main objective of commerce is to maintain a free flow of goods and services, but there are various hindrances, constraints, bottlenecks in the process of exchange of goods and services. So, one of the main objective of commerce is to remove all such hindrances. The hindrances may be in respect of persons, place, time, risk, finance, information. The hindrance of person is removed by trade, thereby making goods available to consumers from the possession or ownership of producer. पहले तो ये hindrance कैसे है? देखिए, goods किसके possession में है, कब्जे में है या ownership में है? Producer के, क्योंकि उसने produce किया है. चाहिए किसको? Consumer को, to satisfy their wants. तो प्रोड्यूसर से लेके कंज्यूमर तक पहुंचाने में हेल्प कौन करेगा? बट ऑब्वियसली ट्रेड, होलसेलर्स, रिटेलर्स एंड सो ऑन. सो ट्रेड रिमूव्स द हिंड्रेंस ऑफ पर्सन. नाउ ट्रांसपोर्टेशन. ट्रांसपोर्टेशन रिमूव द हिंड्रेंस ऑफ प्लेस. गुड्स पड़े किसी और प्लेस पे हैं, कंज्यूमर किसी और प्लेस पे है, तो एक जगह से दूसरी जगह पहुंचाने में हेल्प कौन करेगा? ट्रांसपोर्टेशन. सो ट्रांसपोर्टेशन रिमूव द हिंड्रेंसेस ऑफ प्लेस. warehousing or storage, this remove the hindrance of time. टाइम कैसे? जस्ट फील कीजिए, घर पे स्टोर रूम है जिसमें हम बल्क में गुड्स परचेस करके रख देते हैं, और जिस टाइम पे हमें चाहिए उस टाइम पे फिर खरीदने नहीं जाते हैं, वो तो ऑलरेडी अवेलेबल है. किसने अवेलेबल करवाया? वो स्टोर रूम ने. इसका दूसरा एग्जाम्पल फ्रिज देखिए, रेफ्रिजरेटर. उसमें हम रखते हैं क्योंकि बाहर रखेंगे तो खराब हो जाएंगे फूड प्रोडक्ट्स, तो अंदर रखते हैं. और अंदर क्यों रखते हैं? सोच के देखिए तो, जिस टाइम पे हमें चाहिए रहेगा उस टाइम पे जब यूटिलिटी होगी तब हम उसका यूज करेंगे. वैसे ये वेयर हाउसिंग है, कोल्ड स्टोरेजेस हैं. नेक्स्ट हिंड्रेंस इज रिस्क. Goods held in stock as well as goods in course of transport are subject to risk of loss or damage due to theft, fire, accidents. Protection against these risks is provided by insurance of goods. So, insurance remove the hindrances of risk. Buying and selling of goods requires substantial amount of finance, and capital required to undertake these activities is provided by banking and financing institutions. So, this banking and financing institution remove the hindrances of finance. Now, the hindrance of information. Advertising makes it possible for producers and traders to inform consumers about the goods and services available in the market that is necessary to satisfy their wants. Hence, commerce is said to consist of activities of removing the hindrances of person, place, risk, finance and information in the process of exchange of goods and services. So, hindrance of person is removed by trade. Hindrance of place is removed by transportation. Hindrance of time is removed by warehousing. Hindrance of risk is removed by insurance. Hindrance of finance is removed by banking institutions. And hindrance of information is removed by advertisements.